Pedicab is basically a tricycle, large pedal-powered vehicle that transports humans much in the same way as a taxi would. It's a pedal-powered taxi. This is a subset of the bicycle industry, making pedicabs. They're pedal-powered vehicles. But there are a lot of people who want to ride a bike but don't want to pedal a bike. And this is basically a bike that you ride, but somebody does the pedaling while 2 or 3 other passengers just ride along. Now, there's a lot of people who are mobility impaired. So for people in the community that have some impairment where they're unable to ride their own bicycle, or maybe they have cargo to carry or have just gone grocery shopping and have several packages, the pedicab would be a useful tool. Also, we make pedal-powered delivery vehicles, a product called the Pedal Pickup, which is basically a tricycle version of a pickup truck, so it hauls cargo. And I think that those would be essential in a community like this as well. Well, I think that our business will be successful no matter what happens to gas prices. I think we were in business before gas prices started to rise dramatically. We're more of a function of having cities where people have convenient access to their destinations. And right now, even in we find that you can't even park within walking distance of your ultimate destination. So a lot of times, the pedicabs are operating, just taking people from where they've parked. It might be several blocks from where they ultimately want to go. We're very interactive with mass transit. I think that American cities will become less dependent on cars in a lot of ways. I mean, I can't imagine that we could become more dependent. Where I come from in Colorado, I think that there's more cars than there are people who are over the age of 16. So it's when you have more cars than people who can drive them, I think that you've pretty much saturated that market. I think people are sick of driving and being so dependent on their cars, so I think that the love affair with the car is a myth, that people want pedestrian-oriented cities that are more human-scaled, that those will be the types of developments that actually are chosen by people in the marketplace. So developers will want to make living places and neighborhoods that are less car dependent. And ours is a technology that will enable them to do a lot more of that. I think that they'll, it's unfortunate, but I think that, the big concentration now seems to be on just finding a new fuel for cars. But the problem is that the cars will still be there no matter how they're run. They'll still be running over people. They'll still be taking up valuable urban space. And so I think that, the emphasis has to be on shaping our cities just to, lessen our dependence on cars completely. And I think that people will gravitate to those communities. Well, certainly when you eliminate cars, every car that you take out of the urban landscape, you're making that urban environment safer. I think for every other form of transportation, be it bicycles, pedestrians, baby strollers, the dangerous element of urban transportation is the car. It's not, a lot of times people ask me if the pedicabs are safe. Well, not a whole lot of things are safe when a car or a big truck runs into it. So from that perspective, you'd be endangered if you were hit by a car. But there's nothing that is not at risk from being hit by a car in an urban area. And so if people want urban areas where families feel safe going and shopping, where people feel safe living, I think that you have to slow down the cars and in a lot of areas get rid of the cars. Our vehicle is safe. I think that the cities will be safer when we get rid of a lot of the traffic. It's exciting to be part of a movement that is gaining steam. internationally. I think that oftentimes we're not really thought of as being part of the bicycle solution, but bicycles have a long way to go, and they have a lot of different configurations they can yet take, and a lot more niches to fulfill in the transportation world. There's a huge gap between a bicycle and a car, and I feel that whole spectrum of opportunity exists for pedal-powered vehicles or pedal-powered vehicles with electric assist motors or whatever, but at least scaling down the vehicle itself will be a step in the right direction.